Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for this special edition of 13 News at noon. We're on at 11 a.m. streaming here on WTHR+. I'm Dustin Grove here with meteorologist Lindsay Monroe. The fog has, for the most part, burned off. It's a nice day out there, but wow, what a soupy morning, huh?
It was rough, yes, and we had several crashes on our interstates and even some freezing fog reported down in southern Indiana. We did have a little bit of an extension over in some of our eastern counties on the ongoing dense fog advisory, so places like Richmond down to Connorsville and to Brookville. That's going to be in effect through noon today, so we're another hour or so. And it's been a tough go of it. Here's a live look over in Connorsville right now, where our temperature has been above freezing. It's 37 there right now, but that fog is slowly starting to lift out. It's been a tough morning. Well, let's check out across the board our visibility readings. Still looking at some dense fog all the way from Richmond and kind of that zone that we mentioned where that extension of the advisory is located. As things are starting to improve around the Indy metro, we are now up to 9 miles for the visibility. And as far as that dense fog advisory, there you go along the eastern edge of the state and then just north of Kokomo. Starting to see some sunshine, and it's a combination of the sun as well as the wind that has started to pick up out of the southwest, mixing out the lower levels of the atmosphere. And now that we've brought back the sunshine, temperatures are warming up in a hurry. We're up to 49 already, and we are headed back to the upper 50s later today as the sky continues to clear. 58 by 3 o'clock today. We'll look at a mix of sun and clouds for the duration of this afternoon. Another warm day tomorrow, but some well above average temperatures headed our way for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk about those temps and some storm chances as well.
Okay, we'll see you in a few, Lindsay. Thank you. Let's get you caught up now on the headlines this midday. Police say a traffic stop early this morning led to a chase and then a serious crash on the west side. Metro Police tell us they tried to make that traffic stop just before 4 this morning. Oh, look at that fog. That's when a driver led officers on a short chase near 465 and Crawfordsville Road. You see the car, if you look closely, it's actually flipped over and then it caught on fire. The driver crashed and was taken to the hospital in critical condition. 6 people have been arrested. Yet another one at Luger Plaza in downtown Indy. Metro Police shared these photos of the drugs they found at the scene. 4 of the arrests were drug related and 2 were for warrants. Now those arrests come days after a suspected mass overdose in that same area. It sent 6 people to the hospital. Police have not confirmed if these 2 incidents are connected, but they do want advocates to talk more about drug use in the city. Our Brandon Schaff has details now on the push to help those struggling with drug addiction.
Here at the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, there's actually a box right outside, an opioid rescue kit. People can get resources that they need to help in an overdose situation. And then if they want help beyond that, they can go inside and get extended care.
What's inside that box could save a life.
If you're still using and trying to work up to the point where you're ready to change, come get at least Narcan. So if something's happening, you can correct it. If a friend of yours goes down, you can bring them back around and try to keep them alive.
The center is on East Washington Street, not far from the Julia Carson Transit Center, where a suspected mass overdose sent 6 people to the hospital last week. A few days later, volunteer groups were in that same place, handing out free salads to those in need. They also share resources for help with addiction.
You just never know what people are going through, and some people just looking them in the eye, giving them a hug, a word of encouragement, a smile, it lets them know that, look, I see you and we love you.
It just really warmed my heart to see how something that some of us take for granted, some people just cherish and hold really near and dear to their heart.
The rehab center houses men for 6 months to a year, helping them recover from addiction with counseling, weekly meetings, and classes. The staff knows the struggle firsthand.
Even me, 17 years sober this year, I know what it's like to be out there, but I also know what it takes to get better. And there's a lot of life to be had on the other side. Please come talk to us.
The center provides food, clothes, medical care, and more for free to help people make a change, all in hopes of preventing what happened here from happening again. Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Strong plea from drug advocates there. In Hendricks County this morning, a father and stepmother are under arrest connected to the death of their 11-year-old The sheriff's office says they were called to a home on US 40 west of Plainfield around 1:30 Saturday morning. That's where they found the young girl dead. Jail records show her father and stepmother being held without bond on preliminary charges of neglect of a dependent resulting in death. 4 families are without a home and 2 kids hospitalized after this fire in Marion. The Marion Fire Department posted these photos you're seeing here. They say a space heater actually started that fire yesterday morning. It was on the 2nd floor of a multi-family unit. The 2 kids taken to the hospital suffered from smoke inhalation. Nobody else was hurt. An Indiana high school secretary accused of having sex with students is now off the job. The Randolph Eastern School Corporation says the 31-year-old woman has been removed from all duties pending the outcome of the case. Police arrested her over the weekend on preliminary charges of child seduction. She's no longer listed as an inmate on the jail's website. Police say her husband found her with an 18-year-old student. She's also accused of having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old student as well. The district superintendent released a statement saying, in part, "We recognize that situations of this nature are deeply concerning. Please know that we share those concerns and are taking this matter with the utmost seriousness, care, and urgency." Multiple protests took place in downtown Indy over the weekend. Yesterday, protesters were on Monument Circle, making their voices heard in a very unique demonstration. Take a listen here.
We are here with our voices.
These demonstrators sang in protest. They're pushing back against recent immigration enforcement operations and in support of the city of Minneapolis. City County Councilor Krista Lee Wells was there in support of the mission.
This is a cause that I deeply believe in, and I knew that this would be put together so thoughtfully and bring together the best of Hoosiers just like it did tonight. And I couldn't be more prouder of him and of this group coming together tonight in unity and singing for joy and lifting up those in Minneapolis and in Indianapolis.
So that group is called the Indy Singing Resistance. They hosted the event and they use music to peacefully protest. Just last week, we told you Immigration and Customs Enforcement is planning to open an office in Carmel. City leaders confirming the location near 96th and College. We caught up with Representative Andre Carson, who shared his thoughts about ICE setting up administrative shop in central Indiana.
I'm deeply concerned. I think Indiana is a very unique state given our history. We were a stop for the Underground Railroad, and to now attack these people, attack these human beings, attack these folks who have contributed to our society without due process, it's unacceptable.
No word on when or why ICE is setting up office in Carmel. Again, they're setting up an administrative office. City leaders say they did not have a say in the move. Mayor Joe Hogsett tells us he's not aware of any plans for ICE to come to Marion County.